Hello, online pipe community. Ethan, Parsimonious Piper here. Today we've got another Parsimonious pipe. It is a nice, smallish Briarlee Billiard. Show you the other side. It's got a yellow dot. A lot of the Briarlees did not have those. In it, I'm smoking a home blend from a gentleman that I met up at the Ohio Columbus pipe show this last year. It is a blend that is similar to mine in that it has Dark Fire Kentucky Burley and some Virginias. Where I throw in Perique, he throws in Cigar Leaf. Pretty good stuff. It's great for a first bowl in an estate pipe because it's strong enough to scare the ghosts out. Good stuff. Now we're going to talk about another gent that I met at the Ohio Columbus pipe show. But before we do that, let's take a closer look at this pipe. As you can see from this side shot, this pipe did not come particularly filthy. The stem, excuse me, did have a little bit of oxidation on it. And ironically, it looks more black in the before picture on top than in the bottom picture. That's mostly because I chose not to polish the stem, not being sure whether that yellow dot is paint or an inlay. I decided just to leave it a matte black, and so it's not very shiny. The grain did clean up nicely. You can see some swirls of bird's eye there in the bottom shot that weren't completely visible before it was cleaned up, but it was not a dark, dingy, grimy pipe. It was, however, a well-loved pipe. As you can see from this top picture, it had some pretty thick cake and lava all over that rim, but that cleaned up nicely, and you can even see some little specks of bird's eye on the one side of the rim and some little licks of straight grain over on the other. As with all of my cleanups, or most of them anyway, I did not get all of the char out. You can see a little bit around the inside of the rim, and it looked like this pipe had been either beveled by bad cleaning before. You can see around a little bit around the top and around the bottom. That surface is not flat, and it was also not rounded. The main part was flat, so there was a little bit of disfiguration there. Won't affect how it smokes in the slightest. A glance at the internals shows that this one was a little bit grimy on the inside. Really not too bad. I've had them a lot gunkier than that, and I cleaned most of that off. You'll notice there is still a little bit on there. I don't really care. I'm about to smoke the snot out of the thing. On the stummel side, you'll note that I did take wire bristled pipe cleaners down through this, but I am not going to spend a ton of time on that metal joint getting it completely perfectly clean when, like I said, it's not going to come in contact with the smoke. The screws, threaded screws, cover over that, and it's just not worth it to me. I did get the insides of this pipe rather clean because I'm not particularly fond of ghosts. Well, at $30.02, including taxes and shipping, it's hard to beat a nice little billiard that smokes so well. Next on the agenda, Brad, the Bearded Piper, a gentleman that I had the pleasure of meeting up at the Columbus show last year. His channel growth has reached the point where he is having a 500 sub giveaway. Now, Brad, don't enter me in this, please. But y'all go check him out. I think you'll find it worthwhile. I've just got more stuff than I know what to do with right now. But what Brad wanted us to do, well, he gave it in parts. The part that I'm going to focus in on is he wanted us to recommend a book to him other than the Bible that would be a good read and why. He also did something similar for movies and TV shows. You'll have to watch it if you want to answer that direction. I'm going to go with books. And There are lots of deep philosophical, history-related, theological-related books that I could recommend, but I'm not going to go that direction. The books that I'm going to recommend are these. You see that? Winnie the Pooh. I've got all 4 of the originals, and I absolutely love them. I need to go back through and read them again. Most people only think of these as children's books, and yes, they are children's books. If you read them only for entertainment, they are light and airy and with cute little stories and interactions between Christopher Robin's friends. But if you really pay attention, there are some gems that sneak up on you until after you've had a chance to digest it a little bit. Two of my favorites. One, I always get to where I'm going by walking away from where I've been. That was Pooh. You don't always find something that can actually provoke you to evaluate your life in a children's book, but that one can. Another one of my favorites, and I'll read it because I don't want to misquote it at all, is from the second book, The House at Pooh Corner. Supposing a tree fell down, Pooh, when we were underneath it. That was Piglet speaking. Supposing it didn't, said Pooh after careful thought. Piglet was comforted by this. So little gems like that, if you pay attention when you read these books, they're sprinkled throughout. They really are. So that is my recommendation. Something a little lighter, but still thought-provoking. With that, folks, I got to get back to work. Light something you like. I love this stuff. It's a shame it's not available. Get out some dark-fired Kentucky and barley and some cigar leaf and mix them together. See what you come up with. It might be as good as this. And light it up. Enjoy your afternoon.